three headphones that we're going to be reviewing is going to be the Sony WH-1000XM5, the Sennheiser Momentum 4 wireless, and the Bose QuietComfort headphones. All of these are going to be noise canceling, and they all do a really good job, but they do have little quirks, and that are some are better than others in certain aspects, and we're going to go through that. Let's first start from the outside and look at the actual cases. Now the cases, these two are like a fabric case, and this one is almost like a pleather type of case. Now obviously the sizes, this Sony has got the biggest case, the Sennheiser has the medium-sized case, and the Bose has the most compact case out of all of them. And the reason why the Bose is the most compact is because they kind of fold in on themselves. So each one of these does come with a audio cable as well as a USB-C. The one for the Sony, the USB is super short. The one for the Bose is super short, but as you can see here, the one for the Sennheiser is actually pretty long. This one gets tucked in here. This one has the compartments over here, and the one for the Bose gets just slid in over here. Now, one attachment that none of the other ones have is this has the little attachment for some of the older airplanes that have the two plug that we have the left and right. Now let's talk about the actually functioning of the headphones. Now the Sony is almost like a hybrid where it has a couple different buttons, like a power button, but also it's touch screen on the side that operates it. The Sennheiser has mostly the touch screen stuff on the side, so you're going to press for 3 seconds and it's going to power on. We've actually got a button over there for the power and for the Bluetooth, but then everything else is a touch over here for playing. We've got a swipe back and forth for the telephone. We've got swipe up and down for our volume. Now the Bose this is more of an old school design where everything is buttons, but I kind of like the buttons because you can kind of see what you're going to be using, and there's no question and there's no memorizing what you have to do here. I kind of like that. It's a little old school, but all of them function as they need to function. Alright, so the actual headphones themselves, they all kind of look similar to me. They got that classic headphone look. I'm not as concerned as looks as I am the actual functions. So the actual functions is where it sits on your head for a long period of time. Like one of the things that I like to do is actually game with these, and sometimes that means I'm wearing them for about 4 hours straight. And they were all very comfortable. I've wore all of these for 4 to 5 hours straight at one time or another, and they are all comfortable. Now, with that said, I think the Sony is the number one for comfort. I would believe that the Bose is number two, and the Sennheiser is going to be the third, but like I said, they're all very comfortable. Now let's talk about the sound dynamics of all of these. Now they're all very good. They all work with the phone and cancel out not only the noise around, but they also all sound very good if you're using it for cell phone use. But there's one winner for sound quality for me, and that is the Sony, where the Sony has a little bit more bass, has a little bit more EQ, and the sounds are just a little bit more crisp. Now the Sennheiser has very similar bass tones as the Sony's, where the Bose have a more dynamic, like crisp sound. So if you're not looking for like in your face bass in your head, then maybe the Bose are going to be the best option. This is something that my wife actually likes because she doesn't like a lot of bass in her ears. My son likes more bass, so he ends up liking the Sennheiser, and I like the Sony's a little bit better. All of them you can change the EQ inside the app to kind of adjust. The similarities are very similar. I'm just nitpicking here. So if you're looking to have like the crispiest sound with really good quality,